The short answer is yes. The shorter answer is no. The question comes from a song, which I will link to in the description, called "Who Will Be the Next Big Pedo?"
For suggesting, I'm just brainstorming some answers here. It's for my career. What do you think of Germaine Greer?
They obviously present the name Germaine Greer as an absurdity. She is a woman. A feminist woman. What a humorously absurd notion. But is Germaine Greer a pedophile? Without a doubt, yes. Will she be the next big pedo? No. She is a pedophile. But she will not be the next to be revealed as such in the newspapers. Firstly, she has already outed herself to the papers as being a pedophile. She told the Sydney Morning Herald, "A woman of taste is a pederast who circumflex boys rather than men." In 2003 she wrote a book full of what The Guardian describes as succulent teenage male beauty. In this she observes that Correggio is the only artist ever to have depicted the anus and scrotum of an airborne angel. She claimed that the motive for her book, The Beautiful Boy, was to reclaim for women the right to appreciate the short-lived beauty of boys. Secondly, she will never be denounced in the papers because she is a woman. Rolf Harris, after one too many adventures with two little boys and their two little toys, is now serving at Her Majesty's pleasure. But the women who helped Jimmy Savile, the female government ministers who had helped the paedophile information exchange, and the now former Minister of Children who ran social services in Islington while they were renting out children to paedophiles, have all gone free. There is a reason for this. Can you tell why it is yet? Thirdly, she is not known to have been a predator on children. That is to say, no one has so far accused her of actually attacking an underage child. This is not entirely relevant, as her publishing of pictures of underage children for the explicit purpose of sexual arousal is, in itself, a criminal offense. Perhaps I am wrong and she has never acted on the unnatural desires nature has burdened her with. However, it would only be wise for Operation Yewtree to make certain by investigating fully, something I am sure they will never do. I will leave you with a clip which I think illustrates Steinham's diseased view of the link between children and sexuality.
So there's always been this sinister culture that has gone along, and it's always been sexual. The Barbie doll herself is a fetish. She is descended from a sex toy. Little girls learn to flirt with their fathers, you know, kiss daddy goodnight and all this sort of business.
I'd just like to take exception to what Germaine Greer said about dressing your children as tarts. I've got two young girls, and they're teenagers now. My daughters have never been dressed as tarts. And also the coy kissing of daddy before they go to bed. Surely they give me a kiss because they love me.
That depends whether a child is being taught to flirt with you rather than simply, I'm sorry.
Who's going to teach my children to flirt with me? That is an awful thing to say.
There are all kinds of ways of kissing your children, but there's one thing I'd like to say here, which is that kids don't have a single culture. They have all different cultures, and schools side by side in the same street can exhibit very different behaviours because it's the way the kids in those schools define themselves, kids are, and how the development of sexuality has to do with their libido and their creativity.
But you did say what offended that father, and might offend many other fathers listening, that there was something unnatural about girls being told to kiss their father.
Have you ever heard me use the word unnatural, David?
No, I didn't say it. Did
you just said unnatural.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
You said it was whatever you did say. What did you say?
It's encouraging girls to be coy and manipulative in the way they approach other people. And that's something that enters right into the culture.
All right.
And we want...
That's how sick we are as a society, that people actually introduce sex into a good night kiss of a father to a daughter. Unbelievable.
Jason.
Imagination.
Oh, my God. I very much... free